ATG Radio's Chris Guns here, and big fight night tonight. Adrian Broner moving up 2 weight classes to take on veteran welterweight champion Paul Malignaggi, and Jonathan Banks trying to repeat his destruction over Seth Mitchell. So is it going to be repeat or revenge? Right now I'm going to call around the boxing world and get people's opinions on the 2 big fights tonight from Brooklyn, New York, and the Barclays Center on Showtime. 2 can't-miss fights. Let's see what people think. Veteran trainer Yoel Judah, big fight going on tonight. Adrian Broner taking on Paul Malignaggi. How good is Adrian Broner? You had the chance to see him. He came by the Judah Brothers boxing gym, and you had a chance to see him up close. What do you think his chances are moving up 2 weight classes to challenge a veteran champion like Paul Malignaggi?
Well, I've seen Broner been in my gym all week, the Judah Brothers boxing gym. And I think, from what I see, man, I see anything after the 7th, 8th round, I see a stoppage or a unanimous decision. You just beat him up. I know Paulie for a long time. I don't know. Paulie, to me, he don't have no guns. You got to be able to have guns to hold a guy off. Broner is, come on, he got it all. He got good defense. He can punch. He's slick. He's fast. I mean, Paulie got a good jab and somewhat good, defense. But you got to be able to stop these guys, hurt them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't sound like you give Paulie much of a chance. What's Paulie got to do to keep that title?
Paulie got to, what he got to do, he got to mix it up with Broner. If he mixes it up with Broner, I think he'll get knocked out. And him just standing away, popping the jab, taking him in circles, they're not going to win the fight. Broner gonna figure that jab out real quick, and then he's gonna go to the boy's body, and then the body gonna break it down, and the chin gonna be open, and hey, 1, 2, 3. That's what's gonna happen.
Broner seems so confident coming up to challenge Paulie. Do you see Do you think he might be overlooking Paulie in any way, giving him no respect at all? Because he...
No, not really, because he's been in the gym and trained. See, you got to see boxing, like I told you, you got to know the kind of guys you fight. Like I told my son Zach should have really won that fight with Danny Garcia. There's no way he should have won it, but he didn't have me in the corner. And he tried to do his own camp, and he tried to do it his way, and he said he lost. With me, he would knock Garcia out. We knocked him out cold. I told him that. I told Danny that. They knew that. And they were so glad when they didn't see me in the corner.
Yeah.
But you got to know boxing. You got to know the fights. And it's very simple. Paulie and Broner is an easy fight to figure out. Now, if Broner was stepping up to a guy like maybe in the back of the day like Terry Norris or Trinidad, like that, then you go, wait a minute, hold up, no, it's a different fight now. Now Broner got a problem. But when you got a guy like Paulie, I mean, we in the hurt business. We in the hurt business. You can't hurt a guy, then he gonna walk through you. It's just that simple. This is what this game is. It's boxing, but you gotta put hurt on a guy. If you don't put a hurt on a guy, he gonna walk over you, and that's what's gonna happen tonight, I think.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're thinking Paulie got the problem tonight. 7th, 8th round, you're picking.
Yeah, I say anything after or over the 7th, 8th round.
Okay.
Broner probably going to stop him. If he don't stop him, he's going to be unanimous decision. He's going to just beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, because I think I would love to see Paulie stand there and try to mix it up with him. I mean, it'll be very interesting. But Cotto can punch. Cotto bust him up. When Cotto got through with Paulie's in the hospital for 2 months.
Yeah.
Was in the hospital for 2 months. So Broner don't hit hard as Paulie, but he throws more punches.
Mm-hmm. So
that's different, So it's just what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I don't know, Paulie. He didn't fight, and plus all the stuff that Paulie been talking. Broner really wants him. Yeah. Every day at my gym, he told me, he said, Mr. Judah, I'm gonna break this guy out. That's what he told me. He said, I'm gonna hurt this guy bad. And the way he trained, I can see that.
Yeah.
He trains. Oh wow, Broner trains.
Yeah, the trash talk actually got a lot of people who never were excited to see a Paul Malignaggi fight excited to see a Paul Malignaggi fight, and I think it lit a fire under Adrian Broner that wasn't there before that.
Right. Well, he lit it. But the whole game plan is they're gonna do something like I did with Zab. I took Zab up to 47, won the undisputed championship of the world. Mm-hmm. Then brought it back down to 40, and that's where his really weight is. And that's what I think that's gonna be their plan. They're gonna win the title, but they're gonna go back down.
Yeah, and in the co-feature, you got Jonathan Banks, Seth Mitchell, too. Repeat of revenge. Last time out, Jonathan Banks used his higher boxing IQ, and he overwhelmed Seth Mitchell and knocked him down 3 times, humiliated him, and embarrassed Seth in a second-round knockout. What's going down tonight, Yoel?
Well, if Seth comes in, like, if Seth knows that they pumped up and they trained, I mean, Seth should, he knows tonight he got to change that. What happened the first fight? Banks, I mean, I can't really call that one because, I'm not really up on both of the fighters. I just know that one is a puncher and one is a good boxer. Well, when he hits you, he can hurt you too. But Seth knows that he got to come in, he got to change everybody's mind. But anyway, he got to change, he got to win this fight. He got to win it. So that's basically what it is.
Yeah. And tonight your son, Zab Judah's doing some commentary for Showtime. How you think he's going to do?
Zab can talk. Zab's a good commentator. Zab can talk. He's good. I tell him sometimes I'd rather see him go that direction and keep fighting. Because right now, Zab fighting out here, he's fighting. I don't like the idea he fights for Golden Boy. I don't like that. And then number 2 is a bunch of young, hungry guys out here, 140 pounds, that's gonna give Zab some problems if you don't have the right training. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. I mean, he needs to start looking towards doing commentating or doing something else because he's been in the game a long 17 years. Run. He had 19 title shots. I mean, nobody had more shots than Zab. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you got to just kind of start going in another direction now.
Yeah, he got the gift of gab like his dad. Brooklyn's in Zab, always will be. I think he's going to do great tonight. Can't wait to see the fights. Thank you.
Yeah, but you know what though? The difference between me and him, really, I don't talk that much. That's the difference between he talks, I don't.
Yeah, but when you do, you're good at it.
I tell you what, huh?
I said when you do, you're good at it.
Yeah, but basically, I can talk when I have to. When I got to talk, I can talk. But basically, when it came to the fight game, like all that talking when he did with Danny Garcia and threatening, I don't do that when I was fighting. I just told you once or twice what I was going to do to you, and if you talk crazy, I laugh at you. And then whatever I told you, I did it. Most of them was knockouts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody, all that trash talk, I'm not with that.
That's it. But you do a good job when you do. Appreciate your time, Yoel. Can't wait to see the fights tonight.
You got it. You gonna be there, or you?
I will not be there. I'm gonna be watching. Got better seats in my house.
Where you at now? Where you at?
I'm in Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, you're in Connecticut. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So
you'll be there live, right?
Fight the. Right. I'll be there live. Yeah. I'll be there. Yeah.
Hopefully the cameras will get on you. I'll see you later, Yoel. Thanks for your time.
Take it easy. Thank you too. All right.
Bye bye.
Got to have that cockiness.
Marlon Starling, Hartford's own, former welterweight champion. What do you think about Adrian Broner?
Well, I think he's a pretty good fighter, but I think he's a little better than he is.
Thinks he's a little better. He's in a big fight tonight.
I think he thinks he's a little better than he is.
Cocky, confident guy, overconfident. Some people say.
Yeah, well, some people say, but you have to be confident in this sport.
Yeah. It's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess. How good do you think his chances are moving up 2 weight classes, taking on a veteran champion like Paul Malnaghi?
I think he has to be careful, and he has to let his hands go.
Mm-hmm. And what's Paulie got to do to keep his title?
I think that Paulie got to not fear Broner, but be smart.
Mm-hmm. And you think Broner's, he thinks he's better than what he is so far, and for what he accomplished so far, he comes off as someone who accomplished a lot more than he has so far. What makes him so good at what he does, though? Some people say he's great. Some people say he's not there yet. What do you think?
I think he needs a little more conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he has potential to be a very good fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't throw that word around great out to everybody, because great is a great word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great.
Right?
Yeah, you're totally right.
Everybody can't be great. got to be some goods out there.
Yep. And he seems real confident coming up to fight Paulie. Do you think he's overlooking Paulie? You think he's not giving him the respect that Paulie deserves? Because as of right now, Paulie fought the stiffer competition. He has more experience in championship fights. Do you think he's overlooking Paulie?
I think the height might have a lot to do with this fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if Paulie can land that jab and throw his punches, so Paulie is a little taller, isn't he?
Yeah, it might have a couple inches on him, an inch and a half maybe.
And it's always great to punch down, and it's tougher to punch up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. A lot of people think Broner's just going to run him over, but I see Broner as having that wide stance, and I think if Paulie utilizes his more boxing ability and moves around a little, I think
Exactly. He has to use that jab. And that's the thing. But
yeah.
Broner loves to fight you in that crouch.
Mm-hmm.
And he waits on you.
Yeah.
You have to give Broner some feints and make him work, make him be first.
Mm-hmm. Well, Paulie's not going to be afraid coming in. He fought some big punching guys like Miguel Cotto and has so much experience that he's not going to be afraid. He's going to fight his fight. What do you see happening in the fight tonight? And what are you going to be looking for in the early rounds? Adrian Broner moving up 2 weight classes.
I think whoever gets hurt first gonna fight. You know how the fight starts. Whoever gets hurt first is gonna change the whole fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think Paulie could hurt Adrian. Only got a few knockouts, all those fights, but I just look to see if he could make Broner look a little uncomfortable with chasing him and stuff.
To make Broner look a little uncomfortable, you got to put Broner in the middle of the ring, just like you had to put Floyd in the middle of the ring.
And that's it.
Believe it or not, those guys, I don't believe now. Those guys, I don't think they're as effective as they are on the ropes. If they're on the ropes, they're more effective on the ropes than they are in the middle of the ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. What are you thinking? Decision or knockout? If you had
a lot of holds and grabs, and maybe a close decision.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking too.
I hope people not thinking they're gonna see a beautiful fight.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I think it's gonna be an ugly fight.
Think so?
I think it'll be an ugly fight. I think it's gonna be a lot of grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the other guy gonna try to run a little bit.
Yep.
So he's gonna get tired of him, on the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
We try to make him come off the ropes, which that's gonna be hard to do.
Yep. I think.
Don't forget that these are just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good opinion from one of the greats, whoever stepped foot in the ring. And what do you think about the co-feature? Jonathan Banks, Seth Mitchell too. You got a repeater revenge factor. Last time out, Jonathan Banks used his higher boxing IQ, his higher boxing knowledge. He learned from Emmanuel Stewart, and Seth Mitchell was.
So that Seth Mitchell, he's getting up there in age, ain't he?
I think he's in his young 30s, but he's a former football player, was a Spartan, stepped in the boxing ring late for the first time, and all the while, you got Jonathan Banks learning from one of the great minds in boxing, Emmanuel Stewart, and now he's actually training Vladimir Klitschko, great trainer, and he's still active. Knocked him out in the second round, knocked Seth Mitchell out in the second round last November. What do you see going into this fight? Did you see the first fight, Marlon?
I didn't see the first fight. To be honest with you, I don't watch many as I used to be, believe me.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I used to be in love with boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just love boxing.
Yep. Big difference.
Understand?
Big difference.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, back in our day, back in the early '80s, you breaking their home to see a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's happening tonight. You didn't have to ask me who fighting. I knew who was fighting. I knew who was in the top 10 in every weight class back in the day.
Yep. Well, now there's so many sanctioning bodies.
There's so many sanctioning bodies. That, you know, and then, you know, we use this word, catch weight. What is catch weight?
It's what Floyd Mayweather's having Canelo Alvarez meet him at.
You know what catch weight is?
What's a catch weight?
Money weight.
That's it.
Any fight you can catch to make the most money, that's gonna be catch weight.
Yeah. Yep.
So you know what? Today it's gonna go on the pay-per-view, even if it's not a title, if you got the right opponent.
Mm-hmm. True. Very true. Let's talk about it from the standpoint then, since you don't know about Jonathan Banks and Seth Mitchell much. What's a guy got to do when he is humiliated, knocked down 3 times, stopped in the second round, and he's getting an immediate rematch? What's that like for a guy to step foot in the ring with the same guy who did that to him in the very next fight?
I think the guy who got knocked down, he gotta bring that back to him right away.
Yeah.
And hit him with a strap like that, the one to put him down, and let him remember this is what you don't get.
Yeah. Show him a different man came to the ring this time.
Right. You gotta bring some of that stuff you had the first fight. Let you realize this is just how it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think you're feeling comfortable enough to make a pick in this one.
No.
Just have to wait and see. You gonna be watching tonight, Marlon? It's live from Brooklyn.
Well, see, I should be there, but see, I'm not in Brooklyn right now. I'm not in Connecticut right now. I'm in Florida.
Oh yeah, lucky man. I'm in Connecticut. Feels like Florida today though.
You got the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, and Howard Davis going in.
Nice.
And a guy that passed away that used to work with me going in. So I'm here for that.
And you were just in Canastota. You're just making your rounds to all the different Hall of Fames now. Hall of Fame man, one of the greats from Connecticut.
I should be a Hall of Famer.
Yes, you should. One day it's going to happen. I just hope it's in our time.
I hope before I die, anyway.
Hope before I die.
Right. I fought everybody out there in our time, just about. The only reason why I didn't fight Leonard and the Hearns is because they knew I wasn't a big money getter, and the fans wasn't going to come out to see that fight.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? They knew that I had a good chance.
Yeah.
That's why I never got a chance to fight her. I was always a fight away from Ray, or a fight away from Tommy.
Yeah.
I went out and trained with Tommy, getting him ready for the first limit fight.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent me home. I mean, Tommy broke my jaw, but I beat him up.
Yeah. See that? You're the second best fighter from Connecticut, and that's only because Willie Pep came from Hartford. And Willie Pep was, you might be the greatest. What do you think? Where's your place in Connecticut boxing history? Are you ahead of Willie Pep?
No.
You hold Willie Pep in high regard.
You know how many fights Willie Pep had?
That's right. See, you're not like Adrian Broner. you're not over cocky.
Willie Pep won a round without throwing a punch.
That's right. See that? Only one of the great minds know that.
Let me tell you something. Marlon Starling was a damn good fighter.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't no Willie Pep.
Well, he wasn't too far Two of the greatest fighters who ever stepped foot in the ring, Willie Pep and Marlon Starling. I'm glad. Two Connecticut natives. You made us proud, Marlon.
How about don't forget Chad Dawson.
Yeah, but I'm putting you above Chad Dawson.
I've been putting me above him. but not everybody stands up in the bottom because it's not how.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't show me much. The best fight, and I went to the best fight I've seen Chad play was the first or second Bernard Hopkins fight.
Yep, totally right. And I think another Connecticut native, John Scully, actually kept him in that fight because I saw him losing control a little bit when he got cut over the eye. And I think John Scully said the perfect thing to keep his mind into it and keep him with a winning mentality. I saw a little quit in him. And I think the difference between you and Chad Dawson is what you said before. You had a love. You were in love with boxing, and I don't know if Chad is in love with boxing. I think he likes it, and I think he's good at it. But when you really love it, it does something to make you want to achieve greatness, and you can see that in all your fights. You want it to be great, and I don't know if Chad Dawson has that.
If you loved it, you ain't quitting on one knee.
Yeah. Totally right.
I mean, come on now. If you love it, come on, man. This is what I love. You gotta carry me out of here.
Yep. And that's why. That's the difference between Marlon Starling and Chad Dawson. That's the difference.
It's not. The name of the game is conditioning. You gotta be in condition. If you're in condition, you already got the skills you have. Come on, man. You'll be a good fighter.
Yeah. You gotta want to be in the gym all the time, like how Floyd Mayweather is today. He wants to be in the gym even when there's no fight scheduled.
Yeah, and that's how I was.
Yep.
I was always in the gym.
That's the difference. Some people leave the gym after go to fight night, and after the fight's over, they won't be in the gym until a fight is scheduled or a fight is on the horizon coming up.
That is crazy.
That is crazy. When you're a champion and you want to achieve and be great, you gotta want to be there all the time, and you want to do it all the time, just like you were.
If you want to be the best, you gotta be there all the time.
And that's right. Marlon Starling, one of the best in Florida. To be at the Hall of Fame in Florida, was in Canastota. I don't know what the holdup is. He better be in the Hall of Fame before he's gone. Marlon Starling, I appreciate your words, and look forward to the fights tonight. Adrian Broner taking on Paul Malignaggi. Thanks for your insight, champ.
Hey, man, I thank you very much. I hope a good fight tonight.
And us both. Thank you, Marlon. Former champion Bronco McKart. Big fight going on tonight. Bronco, Adrian Broner taking on Paul Malignaggi. How good are Adrian Broner's chances moving up 2 weight classes to challenge a veteran champion like Paulie?
Well, I think his chances are good. I mean, the kid's an excellent fighter, and he's in his zone right now. He doesn't feel like he can be beat, and he's got skills to match it. But Malignaggi's a good boxer, and he's slick too. But I want Malignaggi to win the fight. I really do. I think he's got enough to win the fight. I just don't know if. But if I have to pick a pick, I'm going to say that Broner just might get him.
Yeah. What do you think Paulie's chances are? If you're in Paulie's corner, what do you tell him how to beat Adrian Broner? What are your instructions to him?
Well, see, Broner's the type of guy, he likes to press the action. Let's keep coming forward. You just got to keep him turning. I would tell Paulie, use your hand speed, use that reach, keep him turning. Box him. Just box like you would anybody else, because there's so much height between these two. I really think there are a lot of emotions going in this fight. I do believe that Malignaggi is a true enough veteran to not get caught up in the height. But I really feel this is pure dislike that they have for each other. But I would just tell them, keep your head in the game, Paulie. Let's go on what we work on, which I would assume would be, to box this guy and just keep him turning and never let him set the pace. You just continue to set the pace and take control from round one.
Mm-hmm. And what makes Broner so good at what he does? I mean, you said he's a good fighter. What makes him so good?
Well,
he's fast. He looks like he's got a pretty good pop. His defense is good. He fights. He tries to imitate Mayweather, and he fights a lot like Mayweather. In a sense. But he's a strong kid, and like I said, he's young and fast. I mean, he's really sneaky and has an excellent defense. But and right now, he's feeling unbeatable. And those guys like that when they're real. He's arrogant, but he's earned it at this point. But when they get still in that way, sometimes it's just they don't feel like they can be beat. They don't get beat.
Yeah, and he seems real confident going into this fight against Paulie. Do you think he might be overlooking Paulie and not giving him the respect that he deserves because Paulie fought the better competition, has way more experience in championship fights? Think he's overlooking him at all, Bronco?
Oh yeah, he definitely is overlooking him, and I actually hope that plays into Paulie's favor. Broner's already talking about next fights and fighting this guy, and like he's just going to go in there and walk through Paulie, and I just don't see that happening. Mm-hmm. I see Paulie just, he's a tough guy in his own right. He's tough. He's been in some tough fights, and he's been through broken jaws and continue on fighting. I mean, he's not broken jaw, but he's a broken eye socket. And he's an extremely tough guy, and I think that he can. I hope if it comes down to it, he just outwills Broner because Broner's never been faced with anything like that yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, broken jaws too. Tough guy.
Yeah,
definitely is tough. So you already picked Broner. You said you expect Broner to win the fight, but you're hoping Paulie. What do you think it's going to be? Decision or stoppage?
I definitely believe it's going to be a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely believe it's going to be a decision, but I think. And then I think if it's a tight fight, I think they're going to lean towards Broner. For some reason, I've got that feeling.
Yeah.
I really would. I'd love to see Paulie just pull it out. I mean, I'm behind him 100%.
Same here. And the co-feature, Jonathan Banks taking on Seth Mitchell. That's repeater revenge factor. Last time out, Jonathan Banks used his boxing smarts to overwhelm Seth Mitchell and knock him down 3 times, embarrassed him in the second round. What's going down tonight in the rematch?
I see a repeat. I definitely don't see, necessarily second round right away. It could happen, but I see a repeat. I see Jonathan Banks stopping Seth second time around.
Yeah, that's coming from a smart guy like Bronco McKart. And I appreciate your time, Bronco. You going to be watching the fights tonight?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'll just be getting back home. I'll be landing in Michigan. I'm down here in Florida. Actually, I got to come down here with my girlfriend and her family, but then I played some golf with Winky Wright when I was down here. So
wow.
Yeah.
So you and Winky fight 3 incredible fights, and now you're good friends.
That's how it works.
How is Winky doing?
Oh, he's doing well. He's doing well. He's living life. That guy's living on the golf course, man. He's golf two times a day sometimes. He does the golf.
Is he done fighting?
Yeah, he said he's done.
So no 4th fight coming.
No. If that happens, it'll just be on the golf course.
That's it.
No camera.
Who's the better golfer?
He is. He is. He definitely was the other day. Actually, if I think if we went out and played together a lot, I believe we'd just be like our fight. We'd be right there neck and neck.
Yeah. I guess he's just living on the golf course, staying there.
Yeah.
All right, Bronco. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your analysis. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Former champion Sharmba Mitchell. Big fight going on tonight. Adrian Broner, Paul Malignaggi. How good are Adrian Broner's chances moving up 2 weight classes, taking on a veteran like Paul Malignaggi?
I think that I think this is a great opportunity for him, to be honest with you. I mean, it's one of the best opponents to be able to move up in 2 weight classes to be able to face. Mm-hmm. You got Malignaggi, which is a very good fighter, but no power. He's not a knockout specialist or anything like that. He's not a very good, dangerous person in that weight class. He's not the person that you're scared to go fight because he has knockout power.
Mm-hmm. So if you're in Paulie's corner, what do you tell Paulie? What's the game plan?
The game plan actually for Paulie, man, is, box him as much as he can. Try to stay away from the power punches and, use his slickness. He's a slick southpaw, man. And he uses slickness, uses speed. definitely everything off the jab.
Yeah. And what are you going to be looking for early? You think the early rounds will tell the story?
In the rounds?
Yeah.
Man, it's a good. This fight is weird because, to be honest with you, I know Paulie's been knocked out or anything like that, but Broner might be able to hurt him if he's able to get close to him. Broner has a little bit, punching power. Great fighter. I like his style, but it's going to be an interesting fight. Like I said again, if Paulie, stays away from him and stay away from the punching power and uses boxing skills as he has and take him in the deep rounds and drown him, then I think Paulie could get away with a win. Broner, I think if he puts the pressure on him and not try a lot of cutesy stuff, but, get some nice tags and stuff, and I think that, he could win in that way.
Mm-hmm. And you said he's a great fighter. What makes Broner so good at what he does?
He's very slick. He's very slick. He's just like a Floyd, but I see in his other fights where he can be hurt. Mm-hmm. And that's the only thing about him, man. If Paulie had some good punching power, then I think Paulie could, really beat him and hurt him and get him out of there. But I had that kind of punch power. So, it'll tell tonight. It's going to be an interesting fight, though. I pretty much waited for this fight.
Yeah, you see it pretty much like I do. It is a weird fight because you got a real talented guy like Broner moving up 2 weight classes to fight a guy who has so much more experience but can't hurt you at welterweight. But
yeah, so therefore, where's the risk? It's not really a risk. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a risk there. Like, he's not taking a major risk by jumping up 2 weight classes and going to get this ferocious monster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's fighting
an
opponent that actually just moved up in weight classes also and don't hit that hard.
Yeah, he fought a lot of big punching guys like Miguel Cotto, so much more championship experience and just so much more professional experience. So it will be interesting. It is a funny fight, just like you said. And what do you think?
Very funny fight, man. But I waited for because it's going to tell a lot about Broner, mm-hmm. and it's definitely going to tell a lot about Marlon. With Broner, like I said, he tries to be just like Floyd, and I see where he gets hit a little bit too much, way more than what Floyd does, and he makes mistakes, mm-hmm. and I just want to see the guys. I want to see Marlon pretty much. Capitalize on those mistakes that he does make, and he can be hurt, and that's the thing. But you have a person there that can't break an egg.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Master analysis. What do you think? A decision or stoppage?
Oh, nah. It'll definitely be a decision. It's going to go 12 rounds, definitely, but it's going to be a very good 12-round fight where you're going to see a lot of skills and stuff like that. It's going to be a skillful. If people boxing and the skill set of boxing, this is going to be one of the fights that is just that way.
Yeah, and in the co-feature, you got Jonathan Banks, Seth Mitchell, too. Repeat a revenge factor going in that one. Last time out, Jonathan Banks embarrassed and humiliated Seth Mitchell, knocked him down 3 times and stopped him in the second round. What's going down tonight?
Seth, man, he has to get back on his game. He's a great athlete. I think that Seth is a great athlete, and I've offered my hand, to help him out, stuff like that. And he's a great guy himself. Great athlete. Mm. It's funny because the chin tells it all, man. And the littlest thing, he makes a lot of little mistakes that probably could be fixed. But when you can't take a punch, you just can't take a punch. Yeah. It is what it is. But I think he could be a dominant force in the heavyweight division. But we got to get on the defense and when you get ready to set up for big punches, don't open yourself up, and that's what he does. Open yourself up first, then try to throw the big punches. And when you're getting caught in between the two, then it's kind of that becomes the mistake right there.
Sounds like you're a little prejudiced for his regions, where he's from. You're hoping. It's going to be a tough fight, though. I mean, you got someone who's been playing football all his life, and someone who's been in a boxing gym for learning from Emmanuel Stewart for so many years. I mean,
exactly, and that's you got some people that are natural athletes. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, I always told. I thought myself, I was a better football player than I was a fighter. To be honest with you, but I stayed with boxing.
Yeah. Little big man.
So, I'm just an athlete, period.
That's it.
So, and I thank God all the time, and I knock on wood every time I say this, but I'm 28 years of my life of boxing, competing for 28 years, I've never, ever, ever been knocked out. And I knock on wood for that, because that's a blessing, man. Yeah. And it's a blessing that I still sound the same way.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
At the age of 42 years old.
Incredible.
And have boxed since I was 8 years of age.
Yeah. And someone with such a high boxing IQ like you, someone who speaks as well as you do, someone got to get you a commentating job. You should be on Showtime tonight. Paulie Malignaggi is going to be in the ring.
Well, I've been trying, and the bad thing about it is that boxing never brings back their people.
Yes.
And we have some people that actually are educated and stuff like that, and that can speak. I didn't go to college for absolutely nothing. I didn't go pay my tuition at Maryland University College Park for absolutely nothing. But it is what it is.
Yeah. And like boxing used to do, they used to have the former champions come up in the ring and wave to the audience, have the audience cheer for them, and that's what we need again. And
yeah, definitely we need to try to get back, like NFL, NBA. They get back. They let the people come back, and commentator. You have these commentators. The commentators are great. They're great guys, but they've never thrown a punch. They know a little bit what they're talking about, but how can you really, really, truly talk about something that you've never done yourself? And you've never been hit, and you've never had to sit in the corners and drink the water and drink the blood and spit the blood out and go get stitches.
Yep, you have, and boxing's lucky we had you, Sharmba Mitchell, little big man.
But thank you, man.
Appreciate your time.
All right, buddy.
Former champion Montell Griffin, first man to defeat Roy Jones. For only man to have wins over Roy Jones and James Toney, both beat James Toney 2 times. Big fight going on tonight, Montell. Adrian Broner's moving up 2 weight classes, taking on veteran champion Paul Malignaggi. What do you see happening in this fight tonight, champ?
No disrespect to Paulie, but I just think Broner just badly skilled fighter. Got a little pop. I don't know how much pop he's going to take up moving up 2 weight classes, but I just think he's a much better fighter. Paulie just, to me, he hasn't stepped up to the plate. He hasn't stepped up to the bat. Every time he tried to move up to another level of fighter, he never wins. So, I gotta go with Paul. I gotta go with Broner.
Yeah. What chance does Paulie have? I mean, if you're in his corner, what's the game plan?
He got a chance just because of his size. If he can, I don't know. They say he's not that much of a puncher. I really don't know how hard he hit, but I think he wanted to. Because I saw him in the press conference like 2-3 months ago, and I could tell Paulie was physically bigger than him. So he's gonna have to exert his will over him. Try to push him around, try to wear him down.
I think that's the only way you probably, take some of the steam out of him.
Yeah.
He's a good boxer that uses his legs, but he's been around for a long time. I don't know how much energy he won't have in those legs, but he has to use his legs and box. Use his boxing skill.
Yeah, you mentioned
exert his will.
You mentioned Broner moving up 2 weight classes. It looks like the smaller guy compared to Paulie. What makes Broner so good, at least at lightweight, from what you saw of him?
I don't really thought I think he's a great fighter as far as skill wise. I haven't really seen him get pushed to the test yet. I don't think his opponent's been that great, but he's still winning. So, like I said, I think it's the key of a highly skilled fighter. So even if his opponents not been eight plus opponents and been on higher levels, I just think his skill level is a lot higher than a lot of the other fighters I've seen.
Mm-hmm. And Broner seems real confident coming into this fight. Do you think he might be overlooking Paulie and not giving him the respect he deserves? Because I know Paulie lost a lot of those fights that he stepped up, but he has so much more championship fight experience and so much more boxing experience than Broner got. Think he's overlooking Paulie a little bit?
No, I don't think so. He likes to model himself out to Floyd. I think he looks up to Floyd, and Floyd is all professional when it comes to training and getting in the ring, fighting, and taking people serious, and being ready. So I know Broner will be prepared, and I don't think he's not even at a level that he can look past somebody yet. Not a superstar yet, even though he's a bigger star in boxing than actually his skills and showed him to be. He hasn't really beat nobody to be in the level he's in, but he's in it, and I think he's gonna respect it.
Yeah. And what are you thinking, decision or stoppage?
I'd be real surprised if he knocked the man out. I mean, going up from 35 to 47, that's 12 pounds. I don't know how much he walk around at. He's like a real thick guy, but like I said, when I saw them standing next to each other, I could tell the difference in their size. And I don't know about knocking the man out, but Paulie hasn't stopped before, but he fought some top like Amir Khan, really put it on him. Mm-hmm. I don't know, Broner punching like that. But we're gonna see tonight. I'm kind of excited to see these fights.
Yeah. Co-feature Jonathan Banks taking on Seth Mitchell. Repeated revenge factor going in that one. Last time out, Jonathan Banks embarrassed Seth Mitchell into a second round stoppage. Knocked him down 3 times. What's going down in the rematch tonight?
I thought Seth Mitchell was on a good path, really kind of looking good to me. I mean, anybody over 200 pounds hit you, anybody can get hurt. Whoever gets hit with the cleanest shot first is going to go down probably. So Jonathan Banks is not really no big heavyweight, so Seth Mitchell has that advantage over him. So Jonathan Banks has been around longer, in most seasons. Mm-hmm. He's pretty much a big cruiserweight. So I just feel whoever gets hit with the cleanest shot first, got the better chance.
Montell Griffin. Always some smart analysis every time I talk to you about upcoming fights. I don't think you were wrong in the last time I called you for a championship fight. Smart words. Thank you, champ. Appreciate your time.
All right, thank you very much.
Buddy McGirt, big fight going on tonight. Adrian Broner taking on Paul Malignaggi. How good are Adrian Broner's chances moving up 2 weight classes, taking on a veteran like Paulie?
Well, I really... It's hard to tell because I've only seen clips of Adrian Broner. I've never seen him fight. You know what I mean? And he's not going to outbox Paulie.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to be aggressive. You know what I mean? And for what I'm hearing, that he's more of a boxer like Paulie. So I really don't know. To me, it's a pick and fight.
Mm-hmm. And not too many people know Paulie as well as you do. You worked with him before. What are you going to be looking for in the early rounds from Paulie?
I mean, what he does best, box. That's what he does best. He doesn't fight on the inside. He's not a puncher. He boxes. That's his thing.
Yep. And Broner's coming in. I don't know if you even saw any of the hype, but Broner seems like he's really coming in confident against Paulie. You think he's overlooking Paulie and not giving him the respect that he deserves because Paulie fought better competition and has more experience in championship fights? You think he's giving him the respect he deserves?
Well, I think that what he's doing is, trying to get in Paulie's head.
Mm-hmm.
And but you know, like I say, if he's able to make the adjustment to adjust to a certain style of beat Paulie, if he doesn't make that adjustment, he's not going to beat him.
Yeah. Do you see him being able to stop Paulie?
I mean, it depends on how he fights him.
Yeah.
If he fights him like Amir Khan did, he'll stop him. But if he tries to stay outside and pot shot Paulie's going to outbox him.
And in the co-feature, you got Jonathan Banks taking on Seth Mitchell. You got the repeater revenge factor. Last time out, Jonathan Banks used his higher boxing IQ to overwhelm Seth Mitchell and knock him down 3 times. He humiliated him and put him down 3 times in the second round and stopped him. What's going on tonight in the rematch? Do you think it's going to be revenge or repeat?
I can't tell you because I've never seen either one of them fight, so I couldn't even answer that question.
Wow. I'm surprised by that, buddy.
Don't be surprised because fighters today are not like they used to be, 20, 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
None of these guys today really impressed me, if you want to know the truth.
Yeah. So you're not going to be there tonight live, huh? You're going to be...
No, I'm not going to go. I was going to go, but you know what? I'm going to go to see a fight when it's a fight worth going to see.
Yeah. Oh,
these fights are not worth paying $50 in parking to go see.
Words from Buddy McGirt.
I can save my gas money, my toll money, and my parking money and sit home and watch it on TV.
And that's it. So you will be watching that TV then?
I'll watch it. I might. You know what I mean? I might not even watch it if you want to know the truth. I'm not excited by the fight.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not a fight that you can really say, okay, I'm watching a fight with 2 guys that can box, that can bang. All you got is you got 2 guys with big mouths. That's all you got.
Yeah.
So I'm not impressed by talk. I mean, to me, talk is cheap.
So how did you train Paulie if you didn't really appreciate his style? Is it harder to train someone who?
It's not about not appreciating the style. It's just trying to get him to make certain adjustments at certain levels.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's just satisfied on doing one thing. So it's gotten him this far. But when you get to that next level, you got to have more than just an A game. I mean, an A plan. You got to be able to make adjustments.
Yeah.
The only way Broner's going to beat him if Broner makes adjustments. If he don't make adjustments, he's not going to beat Paulie. He's not going to outbox him. If he tries to outbox Paulie, it'll be a boring fight.
So you got to have balls and a game plan and a second game plan, Buddy McGirt.
You got to have nuts and guts.
Nuts and guts. That's words to live by. Thank you, buddy.